I sat down into the chair with a thud after a long day at school with a delicious sub in front of me. There is nothing better than a Quiznos when you're hungry. I turned on the TV and started channel surfing as I tore into my sandwich. When I finished, I got up and threw away the bag and sat back down to get working on homework. I took my folder out of my backpack as I set it down on the table. I casually brushed the crumbs off onto the floor and buckled down to my math. The next day I noticed some ants in the kitchen and followed them to the remnants of the crumbs that lay dusted around the floor. With a sigh, I went to get the broom and dustpan and quickly swept up the mess. I learned that day that you can't simply brush your messes under the rug. It is all too common in the world where people believe in the idea of out of sight, out of mind. This is never the right solution to a problem. The problem may be hidden from sight and may even lie in wait for who knows how long, but it is still there. There are countless examples of this every day, both individually and globally. On the individual scale, for example, someone may be having a small amount of back pain, but they simply pass it off for being sore from something or other. After a while, the problem continues to grow and grow until the unsuspecting person finally goes to see a doctor, and it turns out that they have a major injury that could have been prevented. The same principle can also be applied on a global and much more serious scale. Over the last few decades, scientists have begun to notice a steady but gradual rise in temperature. The word began to get around that we needed to watch our emissions and use of fossil fuels. Some people paid attention while the rest did not listen to what they did not want to believe. And now, years later, the problem has gotten much worse and continues to do so. This small philosophy of mine is something that can be considered on such a small and minuscule scale, but is also so vast it can cover all stretches of life. Never pass something off as being insignificant, as it can come back to haunt you. Whether it is ants in your kitchen or something that is affecting the whole planet, you can't just sweep your problems under the rug. This I believe.